What's good, y'all? Black Magic here, coming at you with some more 2K content straight off the presser. I mean, it's not hot. It's pretty warm. I mean, it's pretty cool because let me see. This was August 3rd, so it's pretty. It's been a good, cool 11 days. High school. I won't be posting. I'll be busy. But listen, I plan on doing a whole video on like everything that Mike Wang tweeted from August 3rd onward. But they dropped this chart. Like they dropped this chart right here. And this chart, bro, the stuff in this chart is crazy. I need a whole video just for this chart alone. Now, before we get into the video, I'm gonna say, like always, please leave a like, sub, comment. Let's interact in the comment section. First few hours, maybe longer, I'm gonna be interacting with every comment I see. I'm gonna be responding to you guys. Let's talk about this. Follow my socials: TikTok, IG, Twitter. I don't tweet, but I'm starting to post on TikTok. I'm trying to build up the following. I appreciate all the support you got from me, but let's get into it. Now, I plan on doing like a whole video on all his tweets, but I couldn't because just this list that he dropped about the jump shots. It's like my mind. I love working on things that have like I love when things just have different parts of it that you can put together, and this list just gives me like a nice happy feeling in my heart, bro, and I love it. So let's look into it. This is basically a list from Mike Wang and 2K that shows some of the signature jumpers and the attributes and rating requirements that will be in 2K23. Now this list is not 100%, but it's pretty close. So one thing that Mike Wang says in his tweet is that you'll be able to test all these jump shots, all the different attributes about them within the builder before you make your player. So make sure you do that. I do not stress this enough. Test your player in the builder exclusively, extensively. I mean, because you don't want to make a player drop that bread and then be sick when that player's at. So test them out. And essentially, smalls count for being 6'5" and under. Swings, which is like the forwards, essentially is 6'5" up to 6'9", and bigs is 6'10" plus. My department. Now, let's get into what this means here. As you can see here, this is all the jump shots. Who's allowed to get the jump shots? As a big, I'm hating this list. Actually, no, I can get KD, which is good. That's always a good thing. But we don't get a lot. I mean, nah, never mind. Marquise Morris is a weird one, but this list is pretty solid. I ain't mad actually. Never mind. Oh, we got Chris Bosh back. Yes. All right. So it gives you the rating requirements, the release height, the release speed, the timing impact, and the defensive immunity. So if you remember from my previous video, I could just show you this right here. We'll see if I feel like it. But if you remember here, it shows essentially that each jump shot will have stats within the jump shot itself. Like there's a whole list, there's signature jump shots, and they actually have meaning now. It's not just some random assortment of numbers that we figure out ourselves from testing or the guys at 2K Labs give us info about. Now as a consumer, as a player, you can be as confident as you want. You don't have to go to YouTube and be like, oh, let me test out this new YouTube jumper from Joe whoever or Badge whatever. I mean, do you put your work in? Now, the release heights, well, everything is rated from what it looks like an F all the way to an A+. There's no S on this list, but I'm assuming this is grade school, grading, stuff like that. And apparently, so this year, if you remember in previous 2Ks, the shots that you're allowed to unlock essentially are boiled down to what your height is and what your position is. This year, your shooting rating plays a major role in what shots you can and cannot unlock, which is very important now. Like, yes, this is the year for slashers, and defense, but shooting is just took a major overhaul. This is honestly the year for shooting. I'm not even gonna lie, because this jump shot stuff is crazy. Like I'm not even a shooter, and I'm hyped for this. So essentially, you need to have a rating requirement to even unlock the jump shot to begin with. So you can't even make your jumper unless you got a specific 3. Now a lot of people was rocking Curry, Magic, stuff like that. If you don't got a 96 3, don't ever touch Curry. You're not a Curry. So now it really forces you to play like the player that you're trying to imitate. So if you got Curry's jumper, you need to be able to shoot like you are Curry. I'm pretty sure in 2K, Curry's 3-point rating is actually a 96. So I mean, it's good. You know what I mean? Like that's fire. Because now it limits you to not having a good, I would say a good jump shot. It limits you to what jump shots you can and cannot unlock based on what you really focus on, which is your jump shot rating. So if you don't put that emphasis, you don't put that work in to have that rating be a high number or have that rating be important, then there's no chance of you unlocking your favorite player's jump shot. But, well, me personally, this is going to be difficult for me because I want to be a slasher, but I like being a slasher that has like it has like a little bit of a shot, you know what I mean? I want to be able to pull when my teammates hit me the ball. I don't ever dribble 4 to 3, but I can hit a 3 if necessary, you know what I mean? That's the goal. So this gives me a little concern, but I mean, the bigs and the swings, I mean, the bigs animations is, I'm not animation, the bigs requirements aren't too crazy. The only thing that worries me is that for me to get KD, I need to have a 91-3. So the way things are feeling, I don't think I'm touching that. So yeah. I don't think I'm touching that at all. But I mean, going forward, this is a good change. I'm very happy about it. The release speed being an important thing now. Each jump shot has a different release speed, stuff like that. It's not just a random attribute that you have to figure out. It really adds a level of like concreteness and puts 2K a step forward to actually being a plausible comp game. Because right now where 2K is at in the current state, it can't, like, it's comp, there's comp moments of it, but it's not a comp game. It's not there yet. Now there was another thing that Mike said here in the tweets and the replies, because the replies is that's where the real gems are, you know what I mean? So somebody asked him, have any signature animations been changed like Jason Tatum's jump shot? And he responded, a lot of SIG jumpers have been changed. Biggest content refresh in years. That makes me so happy because we get no content refreshes ever. They just pretend like they're content refreshes. So I can't wait to see what they actually do with that. There was one that caught my eye. I just gotta find it. Oh, this is actually a fire question. Whoa. All right, so someone asked him here, what about custom jumpers? Do they have requirements or just the signature jumpers? Now, my assumption was that the higher number of what person's jump shot you're putting into your custom jumper is what requirements you need to meet. But Mike Wang says right here, your custom shot that you create will generate attributes and a shot rating requirement based on the components you use to build the shot. Now, that means it's not just the highest number is what determines it. I mean, that might be what the rating determines actually, but I think the stats. So now you'll be able. Now you actually be able to know if you make a fire jump shot or not. So if you need a jumper that has a high defensive immunity, you know what to make. Like me, I want a jumper that has a high release point and a high release speed with a low time and impact. So for me, something I would make is like let's say a Tracy McGrady base with the I'm trying to think as a big. I'm trying to think what I would do. So Tracy McGrady base, maybe a let me see. As a big, I'd make a probably KD. We'll go with a KD base. I'm tripping with a For bigs also. Al Horford, release speed. Timing impact. We want to say it has a low timing impact, but nothing too crazy. Actually, I think Al Horford again. Yeah, Al Horford timing impact. And for defensive immunity, we'd go with something like Kevin Love, and that would be a fire jumper. And you wouldn't have to do any testing and do this and that. Blah, blah. The numbers is there, so you already know. There was one tweet though that was very interesting. This tweet right here. He says, I didn't make it in time for the CR, but working on adding a new controller setting to let you customize where your ideal release point is in your shots. Bro, like, this jump shot customization this year is crazy. Like, that's very exciting news. Like, as a shooter, which I'm not, I'd be hype as hell hearing this news. So it means if you want, here, let me read the rest of the tweet. Early near takeoff or late closer to the wrist flicks, still working out the kinks, but going to be fire. First off, already should have the kinks work out. The game comes out in less than a month. I'm tripping. But that's such a good addition, bro. Like, bro. Oh, alright. CR stands for quick start report. That means that, like, me, I want something that has like a high base, high release point, which means, or release height, I should say. So if I do a high release height, or not release height, if I do something like a rust base where I jump up super high, but the release point isn't at the top of the arc, at the top of my jump, is as I'm jumping, bro, I'm cashing. I'm about to be a shooter. Like, 2K, don't f this up. Yo, we had to break that out. Don't f this up. Dang. Oh yeah, I'm a wrist flick type of guy, but I have no problem taking a long John. So I'm definitely with it. Like, this is good all around. There's not a bad thing about this. Shooting is going to be elite this year. Like, this is the year where I could say shooters will be comp. If you're a shooter and you happy about these changes, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm lit. 2K23 about to be fire. We streaming the day 2K comes out. Remember that. Twitch.tv/BlackMagicJCK. Pull up. We're going to be right there with day one. I want to see everybody there. Thanks for watching though. Peace.
Started with that NASA, it's gon' leave you to the space. Roll around it with them lions, we gon' leave them in the cage. Why you YxngAxgel? Why you tryna play? Chopping, sending blue and yellow bullets like you crazy. Oh, we thinking that we crazy, we gon' make them think